Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Well, I just wanted to say happy Valentine's Day to all, just to get it out the way so I won't forget to all that's celebrating and have a nice, happy Valentine's Day. And I hope, you spend it with the one you love, family, friends, or whomever. So, with that being said, it is February 14th. It is 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Let me put my phone on focus. Sorry, y'all. Good morning, everyone. Well, as I was saying, it's February 14th. It's Valentine's Day. It is 8:30 a.m. on the dot. It is 42 degrees in New York City, Bronx, New York, of course. Welcome to the live show. Welcome to my live broadcast show. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the support of the show and just giving me, your support, your view. I I'm here today following up from yesterday, but I want to take it to a different topic because, like, you all should know, whoever know me and have been following my channel, I don't like to stay on things too long about the same person. That's just not who I am. So, I would like to thank everyone that came out, and listened to the live and participated. And I would like to just thank the replay gang. Thank you. Shout out to the replay gang. You have the best seat in the house. Shout out to the bush watchers and the podcast listeners. I appreciate it. So listen, if you hear, come and say hello, or you just continue as you were doing. And I'll be just talking and acting as if this is a podcast because I do have to work on my other um I don't know, podcasts. When you do podcasts, it's like you just talking to yourself, but you have to imagine the audience is there. So I can't always rely on the audience to come in and say hello. So I would just have to feel the vibe of the show. And I would like just to begin by saying that, yesterday I went live to cover some things, and a lot of people had pushback, and I appreciate the pushback that people were giving. I appreciate the people that had a difference of opinion. I had an opinion of things that I felt that some people would be interested in. And with that being said, I don't take back anything I said. I won't take back anything I said. I mean everything I said. Everyone has a right to their opinion. You can push back on my opinion. I like to bring facts. You know, um, of course, this is an entertainment channel, excuse me, an opinion channel. So therefore, everyone is going to have a difference of opinion. And I'm not the one to like linger or elaborate because I want my vision to be seen with this channel. If you are, like someone said, like Sweet Tea said, she said, if you pick a side, that's okay if you pick a side. There's nothing wrong with picking a side. If you are on a side, it's nothing wrong with you being on the side. But I don't have a side. And my channel is not designed for a side. I'm neutral, and I mean that. And that's not being like uh, met with everyone's approval. So if I feel like if you have a side and you know who you are batting and rooting for, and you have the prejudice and preconceived notions, then it's like when you come in here with a side and I push back on you, you're going to think that I'm not like agreeing with you, right? Because you have your mind made up already that whomever you follow is the best person. Or who? Good morning, bro. Coco. Thank you, Coco Love. I appreciate that. Thank you. I saw your comment. You said great. You said you saw the live. I appreciate it. I just appreciate my true supporters. I appreciate the ones that come in here to hear a show and know that I'm going to give my best to put on a good show. I don't have anything personal against anyone, on these YouTube streets, and I won't ever have anything personal at all. I'm not here talking from a personal standpoint. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm just talking about what I saw and what I witnessed. I spoke about Rod's vacation. She's wrapping it up. I went back to look at some of the videos. It's just us, her watching her walk through Hawaii, and that's boring to me. I don't want to watch nobody, live and going each and every step and I'm not doing that, right? I just can't do that. I have a short attention span to certain things. Like, I really don't have anything much to say about her and her trip. I hope she had a nice trip and a decent trip, and her and her family make it back safe and sound. You know, I just felt like what I felt. I felt like, Nana, and I'm going to say it again. This is nothing against Nana. I felt like, she was the, what is it called? The headhunter. She produced the trip. She put it together, and it shows, and it's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's nothing wrong with getting criticism. Like, people give me criticism all the time. Some criticisms I think don't come from a good place, but and some I do. I take it. If I feel like, okay, no, you being funny, but I'm not being funny. Lasagna is in the building. How you doing, Lasagna? I was thinking about you last night when I gave Zachary a kiss, because he a Gemini too. And I was thinking, I was like, Lasagna was laughing, but Geminis are really mischievous. Okay, they do things on purpose to get a reaction, and that's Zachary personality. So I just want to thank Lasagna and Coco Love and everyone that came into the chat and always support me and give me your genuine support. That matters to me the most. I don't mind struggling. Yes, right. You know who you are. Right. He is really mischievous, and I'm like, he do things. He likes to play tricks on people. He's really good at it. And we was talking about a certain topic about children cursing, and we got into it. Not me and Lasagna, but the chat. We was pushing back on each other, which I thought it was a healthy, honest, intellectual conversation. Even though people were trying to make it seem like, okay, if your child curse, you are a bad parent. And so crazy. They not the only one that think like that. Good morning, Original Lou. How you doing? It's so nice to see you this morning, Original Lou. Happy Valentine's Day, ladies. Yo, guess what? Before I get off topic, I wanted to share this with y'all. I went in my members, and it was like I only got 4 members, and that's okay. I'm not pushing for the membership. I'm just pushing for your support and your encouragement. And your support means anything to me more now than me trying to like scavenge for pennies. I'm not. I need your support. I need my people that are with me right now, the people that come and check out my replay and stand in the bushes, my podcast listeners. Those are the ones that matters the most to me. I don't mind struggling at any given point in time. I'm not going to go hard for a penny at all. Sherilyn is in the building. Good morning, Sherilyn. Lasagna said, "Happy Valentine's Day, ladies." Um, so with that being said, I said what I said about the vacation. I had not too much to say about it, and see how that, like, one topic could take you into a different topic. We was talking about parenting, and we came together. We didn't always agree, but my thing is that I'm not going to judge. And I said before I stopped and went to another topic, that I went to a therapist before, and I was telling her about Zachary cursing. He's a baby, right? And I said, I try to correct him. I correct him. And if he said, I'm not going to embarrass my child and say, don't say that. I'm like, don't say that, Zachary. That's not a nice word. You have to be nice. Children are people too. Oh, thank you, Coco Love. You take your time. Listen, your support and you showing, you and Lasagna, I respect both of you, and I respect everyone that shared a story. So I get to know each and every one of you just through your personal stories that you share in the chat. I know Coco Love is a Taurus, her husband is a Leo. I know Lasagna is a Gemini. I know other things that y'all have shared with me. I don't want everybody to know that I keep a memory in my mind, a part where everyone is inserted in, and I remember little things. Your presence is all that I need. Lasagna, she's a great person, and she's a supporter. So no one is obligated to become a member. If you do, that makes me grow my channel. But your support as we move on in these YouTube streets, and let them know that we don't stay at one, that we don't just move at the beat of other people's drums. We want to show them, like, if you have a strong support group, that's all you need, is to move through these YouTube streets. I like to listen to real people. Thank you, Coco. I know you do. And you're a great supporter and a great listener. You be listening to me driving, so that just means that you listen to people podcasts. You like the sound of a podcast. So does Lasagna and everyone else. So I appreciate everyone. And before I get into the next topic, I just wanted to just close the Rod's vacation down and let people follow up and let her talk about what she want to talk about, because whether she like what I say or not, I'm still going to say it. Whether her children like what I say or not, I'm going to say it. No matter if I'm at one viewer, two viewers, three viewers, four, whatever. I'm speaking real. I'm keeping it 100, and I'm not, and I could offend people, which is not always cool, but that's just the nature of the beast. I'm waiting on that podcast. Good morning, boss lady. Good morning. Boss lady is in the building. I wanted to do something special for y'all on Valentine's Day because, I am, I don't know. I just go against the grain. I take pride in that. Before we get started, I'm going to read the disclaimer for YouTube because I don't know how this topic will go. It could get a little bit out of order, and a lot of people probably want to have, or listen to my point of view on this topic. So, with that being said, I'm going to read the disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. So listen, y'all, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to be, but y'all please bear with me. Damn. Okay, I don't know if I could really do this, and I'm trying to freaking monetize this video. So listen, I wanted to play this for y'all, right? Because this is just going to be the basis of our show this morning. So I wanted to play have y'all heard about Tiffany Montgomery and her like tirade and attack against Beyonce? She went viral. So if she go viral, it's damn sure okay to talk about her, right? It's okay to, speak about it, speak about the topic, and get each other thoughts on this. So here we go. Tell me if y'all can hear this, and tell me, let me see if I could play this. I think, all right. And let me know if y'all can hear it. You who are going to Beyonce's concert, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian? That's judgment. I don't care what pastor you got that is okay with it. I don't care what pastor you got that think it's cool. I don't care what pastor you got that's nonchalant. She don't care. She don't care. You want some clout? Right, clout. Why do you think that man called himself Jehovah? It was short for Jehovah. Can y'all hear her? When a witch has a covenant, it's normally a small thing. Witches' covenants are normally 3 to 7 people. She called Beyonce a witch. When it becomes thousands, it's called a hive. Y'all are part of that lady beehive? And you call yourself a Christian? Is it loud and clear, boss lady? The feelings of the Lord come upon you. You think this is small stuff. Okay. You think you not. Okay. So listen, I that's all I wanted to play because I don't know what trouble I would get into. What I would get into after this. Listen, I don't knock no one religion. I'm not a Beyonce fan. So let me just preface it with that. When, Beyonce, me and Beyonce is the same age. So when she came out with Destiny's Child, I was on board. When she went solo, I was on board. And somewhere along the lines, Beyonce lost her touch to me, right? So I felt like she was making like, what is it called, music? Like house music or something that I can't relate to, right? And I don't view Beyonce the same as like, oh my goodness, I want to be Beyonce, I want to look like Beyonce, stuff like that. Like, right, I don't agree with that. See, right? You know what I'm saying? So here we go. So she's saying that before I get into her, I just wanted to just clear it up. I am not a major Beyonce fan. I'm not a part of the Beehive. I like Beyonce music. I still listen to her older music, her older albums. I still watch her with her babies. I watch the Blue Ivy, her dynamic with her and her husband. But, I have never been to a Beyonce concert. When she do concerts, and she do put on a show. Like, I've seen one of her concerts on HBO. So Beyonce is very talented. She's a skilled singer. She is what you will want as a child who is, successful. But when a preacher, a pastor, Tiffany Montgomery, come on and say what she said, what she said, what she said, I felt like this is why a lot of people like myself, and not because of Tiffany Montgomery, have the views they do against religion and against God. I'm not a fan of hers either. Right. You know what I mean? So, but I just like her music, not now. Her music just took another turn. So after Tiffany Montgomery said what she said against Beyonce, which she really don't know what she's up against, right? Because she has what do you call it, that church that she have, a prosperity church, right? So she's sitting up there telling Beyonce fans that they are a part of a beehive, which what she was trying to say was what, a cult allegedly. I feel like if you have that mega church, then people could say the same thing about you having a cult like following, right? The praises that you were getting when you was down in another woman, the praises that you were getting in your church, and the applause and the claps from your church when you was like sitting there attacking another woman because people want to see people that they like, right? So one of the people in the comments, right, on Facebook said this lady sound like she's angry because she didn't get her tithes and offerings. And another person replied and said, well, she don't come from church money. She got her own money. This is how she got her own money. Like down in Beyonce, she talking about they looking for clout. You didn't get no clout because she got a lot of pushback. How is it that Beyonce is a witch? How is it that Beyonce is wicked and evil? How is it that the people that's going to see Beyonce is wicked and evil, right? This is a secular country, right? We separate church and state. That's why we have laws, and that's why people have rights. But with that being said, I like Kelly Rowland better. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I like Kelly Rowland better. All right, so I don't know. Kelly Rowland, she was asked a question about how do you play second to Beyonce. She gave a little generic answer. She said, well, the light shine on me too, instead of saying, yeah, you are second to Beyonce. And once these people realize this, then it won't be a problem. But I wanted to follow up with Tiffany Montgomery, she said, because they pushed back on her. She said, these pastors and fake prophets coming against me are cowards. How are they cowards and you're not? Right? How are they coming at you, cowards? How are they cowards and you're not, and you going after Beyonce, right? They've been mad since I came against that house of perversion in Chicago back in 2019. Yeah, okay. Now it's 2023 now. Look at that house of perversion now. I don't know what she's talking about. Name one thing I said that was wrong. You said she a devil worshiping. You said she worshiped the devil. You said that she's a witch. That was wrong. Name one thing. I can name more than one thing. The dealings of the Lord will come upon you for going against the word of God, only to turn around and mount the pulpit to lead God's sheep astray. Okay. There will be a showdown and you are scheduled to lose. Prophetess, not pastor, Tiffany. So she's a prophetess, right? She's someone that when women come into her church, men come into her church, parishioners come into her church, come to hear a word and come to hear the word of God, right? How are you ridiculing and criticizing and scorning your parishioners and your worshipers coming in and telling them that they're wrong for going seeing a concert that they paid for, right? But you want people like myself to believe in God, right? I just want anybody to push back on me. How is this godly, right? And that goes to show that people say that they love God and they have the love of God in their heart, and they don't even know the word of God. I was watching some of her videos, and some of her videos are like, grifter. She's a grifter. Now, if you go pay attention to Tiffany Montgomery and you go look into her pages and see what she talk about a lot of like propaganda shit. Like she's a propagandist to me. She's a grifter to me, right? So she can't stand the heat. No one told her to insert herself into Beyonce's affairs. She would never win against Beyonce. She is not that powerful to win against Beyonce, right? But I don't understand how can someone explain to me that believe in God, that go to church, that probably don't listen to Beyonce. How could you like label her as a witch? How could you label her as a as a like a cult leader because people want to see her in concert. I don't understand that, right? So she now is like putting up a fight against herself. And there are people on her side saying, like, yes, Jay-Z is the devil. And she even said that man. She referred to Jay-Z as that man. She referred to Beyonce as that woman. Her anger that she is projected onto her followers who's supposed to be there to receive a great word and receive a nice like daily quote for the day is I heard none of that. The reason why she's going viral is because she went up against a bigger person. Just like she said, I'm bold. I'm saying what y'all don't want to say. A lot of people have said Beyonce worship the devil. A lot of people have said Beyonce is what they say, yeah, worship the devil, that she sold her soul to the devil, right? So what is more worth it, selling your soul to the devil or believing in God? So the people that believe in God, this is no offense to anyone that believe in God. This is not trying to, because I respect people and I respect people's faith and I respect people's beliefs. I just don't believe in God. And then it's not like that. Okay, well, I love God. I pray over my family and I have nothing against the church, but church people are the worst sometimes. They are. They are. So it's like scary to listen to somebody like this, especially like, a young person coming in and they looking for guidance and they looking for acceptance and they looking for someone that they could trust, and they come in and they hear some shit like this. I would turn around and be like, no. Like, I feel like this lady, do y'all know of her? Have y'all heard of her? Have y'all followed her? Have y'all listened to her? Tiffany Montgomery? Because I just want to know if people know of her or are they familiar with her? Because I just felt like it was like a disservice to do to many women and many believers the message that you put out there. Now you getting backlash. Now she said something like many people saying, like we all say, well, if you with me, you with me. If you're not, you not. That's what she's summing it up to. With the backlash, you deserve the backlash that you get. You should have been a little bit more mindful of what you say about people in power. People in power don't play. And you don't have that power to like this, how you say, get rid of Beyonce or like make her go away. Right. So I feel like when people project their views like Tiffany Montgomery on people like me, I have the right, not the right, because I'm not entitled or I'm not like arrogant just to go after her, but I have questions. She even said in one of her videos that you are not an imp. That is the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? So she's trying to gaslight people. She's trying to manipulate people. She's trying to persuade people into her way of thinking. Right. So if you go look at some of her videos, Tiffany Montgomery, you will get a summary of who she is. Like, I don't care. Outside appearances matters. Like, I'm judging her based on what she's saying. I'm not judging her for it. And I feel like she have a lot of connection to, the church, and a lot of people follow her, and she lead them into wherever she lead them to. But that's not like an example I would want my preacher to set. When I used to go to church, I had an evangelist. She was a woman. A lot of people feared her and was jealous of her because she was a woman evangelist. But she spoke, and she spoke the truth. And she spoke to the people. And me at 14, I received it. And she told me when she died, I was crying. I was sad. I was 14. No, I was 15, 16. 15 when she died. And she told me, don't ever let nobody stop you from doing what you're doing. And don't ever change for no one. And that stood with me, from an evangelist from the church. So, and another thing this woman said, Tiffany, I just feel like she have a lot of grifting. I think she's a propaganda. I think she's a fake. I feel like, I don't go to church, but I would never disrespect the church. I would never disrespect the people that go to church. I have respect for people that have faith in God. I would never question you on your belief. That is not me, because I don't want to back and forth. I don't want to back and forth with the topic on religion. She said that one of the things that stuck out, she said people walking around calling themselves an empath. You're not an empath. That's the Holy Ghost. That's the Holy Spirit. So how is it that she get to dictate how someone feel or how someone is supposed to think? Right. And that just goes to show you that people like her, she's catering to her audience. She's throwing out red meat to her audience, like which we all do if you're a content creator. Like we throw red meat out to the audience, we pander to the audience, we talk about what they want to hear, and that's why I say I can't get stuck on one topic when I'm talking about things. Like Tiffany Montgomery, I don't really know her. I just know that she went against Beyonce, and and I say against Beyonce because that's what she did. Right. She wait, what is that word anti? That's what she is spreading. Right. She that's exactly what she's spreading. Like an anti message, like listen, like they people, and I'm gonna repeat myself because I don't want anyone to think that listen, this is just a religious show, because it's not a religious show. I feel like everyone don't have the same beliefs. Everyone shouldn't have the same beliefs. We all have different beliefs and ideologies. But when you come and you try to like bully us into thinking what you're saying is the truth. Like I feel like a lot of pastors, she's called a prophetess. A lot of people are self-proclaimed prophetess and gurus and pastors, but they just don't have that how you say it, influence on many people like myself, who will look at them and feel like they're fake and a phony. Like you're a fake and a phony, Tiffany Montgomery. Your body language say it all. When you go to her like shorts, if y'all go look at her shorts on her page, you will see that she is like trying to cover up somebody that she is, which we all do, right? Disguise someone that she uses the word hoe. She called a woman a hoe. She said, because I feel like everybody's hoeing. Like, how do you even have those thoughts if you don't even associate with those type of people? Everybody don't want to get married. Everybody don't want to be tied down. Like people marry because they said that's what God said is supposed to happen. And a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, right? So I just want y'all, for yourself, to who want to have a difference of opinion from me and want to do content something different, right? Go look at Tiffany Montgomery and just view her shorts, and you'll get an idea of who she is, how she talks to the people. Like I would be scared going into her church. I'm sorry. Like definitely scared going into her church, sitting down just as a visitor and listening to her preaching or whatever she do, or her message. So say one be like, oh, let's go to Tiffany Montgomery church. I'm like, oh, okay, I already know what I'm in for. She have a mega church. It sounds like she has a mega church just by the optics of it. So that means that you are a prosperity prophetess, right? So you're all about the money. That means that you're a millionaire and people are in your church suffering, but you telling those people, whoever you were talking to, not to go see Beyonce, but they could come and see you. What's the difference? I don't understand. That's where like I need some clarity on that, right? I just didn't like the fact that she went viral. She went viral. They backed her into a corner. Now she's saying that people's all against her because you call her Beyonce a devil worshiper because you don't listen to secular music, right? Or you don't listen to watch secular TV, right? But you are in a secular arena, like you are on social media. That's secular. So you are a hypocrite. These people are hypocrites, just like on YouTube, right? It's okay for people to say what they want to say about other people, but someone say come in and say different or go against them, they have every type of excuse in the book. I'm not saying that people can't go back and forth. I'm just saying that like the hatred that is being projected, that you could hear and tell, like every day is a different thing about somebody's different, right? So like I said, I'm not gonna stop being who I am. She's spreading, right. I think she's spreading Satanism, right? I think that's the word. It is. It is. That's the word. Satanism. Right. No, but you're right, Lasagna. I feel that's where she's getting it from. Like I speak what I speak. I'm bold. That's just me. That's who I am. I don't follow nobody. I mean, I may like, see someone have a little I don't know, because I don't want to be met with opposition in certain ways. Like, I'm not going to be going back and forth with people on my commentary. That's not what I'm here for. It's an entertainment channel. So I just can't stop every day to respond to you of something you said, right? If my channel is struggling, let it struggle. That means it's going through the necessary networks that it needs to go through to grow, right? I'm not going to like, hold myself out for $2 and going against people and going and digging up their background information, or sit there and talk about them for 2 hours, and the worse I talk about them, the more my money go up, right? That's like a form of satanism. Okay, I won't ever do that. I'm at what, 12.712 sorry, I don't got that many subscribers. I got enough to take me out this sector and thrive and go where I want to go. And if I was going hard and if I didn't want to struggle, I would hashtag like people like Roz all the time, Latrice all the time. I do none of that. I don't even like have the time for all that shit to be hashtagging different people and changing around the titles. That's going hard. That's the people that don't want to struggle. That's the people that are taking shortcuts. And that's what y'all people are doing, that sit there and have a problem with people struggling. I don't mind struggling. I'm not taking a shortcut. So the people that you could recognize taking shortcuts, those are the ones that get up here and act the fool every single day, yelling, scream, hoop and holler, yelling, curse, go in, roasting, and all this shit. And that's where you see that when you, because I could say the same shit like about the people that's like a content creator. So when someone throw up a super chat, just by your live alone, can we say that is the dollar of the devil? No. People are here to see a show. And that's it. That's all. So that's what I wanted to say, because I don't mind having like 4 members. That's okay. I don't mind having like 1,200 subscribers. I don't mind having like low views. I don't want to get too acquainted with too many people. And that's not to be funny. I just want to keep, excuse me, my subscribers, my supporters, my genuine supporters. All it takes is someone like Lasagna and Coco Love to come in here and say, we believe in you, Bronx. We know you're going to do this. Only it takes 1 or 2. And that's all I need. I don't need a whole slew of people being fake and telling me, go ahead, get that bitch, get her, step on her neck, put pressure on her, stay on their neck. That's not me at all, right? I'd rather suffer than to be somebody I'm not. And to be met with that type of opposition. I just, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? If I'm wrong about Tiffany Montgomery, I'm not going to apologize, because I'm talking and I'm sharing something from the heart, or just from my thoughts and behaviors, right? Is a propagandist. I feel like she's spreading the word, and she might influence the wrong people talking about, well, if you go into a Beyonce concert, then you should be ashamed of yourself. What if that person really in the audience that is going to Beyonce concert, excuse me, and she said all of this, and they start to think, am I good enough for God? And they do something drastic, right? Because she like embarrassed them and humiliated them in front of the whole world. People don't stop to think, like Tiffany Montgomery, you don't love God. You don't have the loving God of your heart. You are propagandist. You're just doing this for whatever you want to do it for, views or whatever, which is okay. But when you have people that's following you and believing you, and you leading them astray and lead them in the wrong direction, then that goes to show that you have no responsibility. You're not aware of who you are. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. Lasagna, like, there are people that really are listening to her and take it into account that, am I good? Will God punish me? Will I get food on my table? Will I do this because I'm going to Beyonce concert? Some people do save up money for, stuff like this, right? A lot of people saying a lot of people going through the extra. I don't know if that's true. Like, a concert ticket for Beyonce for $1,000, I'm going to say she's well worth it. Sorry. She is. If I like Beyonce that much and I wanted to see my favorite person for $1,000 and I had it, and and I can afford it, I would go. Right? That's just like Chris Brown charging "Good Morning Purpose Driven." That's like Chris Brown charging $1,000 to meet his and fans. His fans know that he's worth it. If I had $1,000 and I was that age and I could meet him up close and personal in the way he had tourists too, the way he take pictures with his fans, he be having me rolling. He be really acting like he their boyfriend at that moment. And that is a memory that they can have for the rest of their lives. Someone going to Beyonce concert is a memory that they will share for the rest of their lives. Even if they regret spending that much money, they would still have that memory and they would still have that experience. No artist worth that much money. I buy the CD or download it. No, I think no. That's why she's a performer. She is a very talented person. And I wouldn't. I don't like concerts because I don't like to be close to people like that, and I don't like that vicinity or that atmosphere. But if I had it, and I wanted to go see her to get an experience and just to have memories, of course I would pay $1,000 to see something. So Chris Brown and pick 4,000 too much for my cheap stuff. No, but no, but if you would see the pics, you would still say, okay, $1,000 probably too much. But if you see the pics that he posts up and how he posed with the people, with his fans, it's so funny. He had one girl and her holding her in his hands. He had one girl she wrapped his leg around him. When is the next time they're going to ever get that close to him? So I don't knock what he's doing. I think it's funny when I see the pictures and women that admire him and love him. I could see how they admire and love him, even though he's not my type. I would he's still young to me. So I just want to know, like, am I wrong for is no two ways about it. Okay, if Jill Scott or Erykah Badu, I'll pay whatever. Those are my favorite. Oh, I love Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. Well, Erykah Badu, I didn't even know. I don't know. Erykah Badu is not like the same artist I grew up with. Jill Scott, the prettiest woman I ever seen in my life. I still listen to her. I still listen to Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. I still blast them. Zachary know one of her songs, "Living My Life Like It's Golden." That's one of the songs that Zachary loves. So we the 80s and 90s babies to the day we die. I saw Jill Scott in her Maxwell show. Was great. Really, she is so pretty. I can't take it. She's really, really pretty. She got beautiful teeth. Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. They even gave Erykah Badu slack because her and her daughter got big butts. Like, I'm just like, what? And they was like, oh well, they shouldn't be posing like that. If she got a big butt, she got a big butt. She can't help it. You can't hide it if you have something that you can't control. So he got some serious fans. They would spend that rent money for a memory. Listen, everybody, younger people are making money too. They have great opportunities and they probably have parents. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people don't want to spend money. A lot of people cheap. I'm not cheap. So, like, the most pair of shoes I bought was about $2,000 and I still have them and I'm going to continue to have them. So people buy what they like. I'm not saying it's certain things I wouldn't spend money on. Sorry, but I'm not saying I went and spend money on a concert just to go see my favorite person, but not these days in time. Beyonce is banked. Chris Brown is banked. They worth it. They know people are willing to pay to come see them. Miss Badu kind of strange, but she performs well. Yeah, a lot of people say she's strange. I don't think she's strange. I just think, she have her beliefs. Red bottoms. I bought them 4 years ago for my birthday. I run my kids crazy with their music. Oh my goodness, Zach, we know all of it. Listen, because he's young. But my oldest son's be like, yo, Ma, oh my gosh, you be playing all this old music. I listen to trap music too. I listen to the same music they listen to sometimes. When I was living with Zachary's father, we was living together, I went in hating Drake and I came out loving Drake because his father played so much. I'm like, damn, I love Drake now. When I first came here, I didn't like him. Like, I never liked him. But when I heard his music and I listened to his music, it was like, oh shit, he's an emotional roller coaster. He's an insecure man. He need a lot of love, but he don't want to give it. Those hurt your feet. You can't resell red bottoms, though people love them. Listen, they don't hurt my feet. They don't hurt my feet. They don't hurt my feet. Purpose driven. They don't. I have combat boots. Okay. Let me see. I have combat boots. You like Drake? I like Drake too. It will probably be a on and off relationship with him. He a Scorpio. I didn't know he was that emotional. And I used to tell my son, I'm like, yo, you and Drake could be like, what is it called? Brother and father and son, because Scorpios, they have a way about them. They very emotional and they mean too. But Drake, I was listening to him. That's how I started liking Megan Thee Stallion. I came in the house one day. I'm like, who is this? He was like, that's Meg Thee Stallion. And that's how I grew to love her. That was like 3 to 4 years ago. So I like Drake now. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I understand him. Many people don't. Let me see. Before I even saw MJ before his birthday. People, and you talking about people like spending a ticket on Chris Brown and Beyonce when people was really like falling out, fainting, going to Michael Jackson concerts, or people were even, like diminishing their lives or excluding their lives from this earth to go see MJ. So I just feel like a lot of people, and I don't knock nobody because I am, if you don't believe me, non-judgmental. Like if I were to meet a lot of people in person, it would just be like, oh, okay. I think everyone is entitled to believe what they want. It's one of those things where it doesn't apply. Let it fly. She's talking to a church body, not the whole world. I get it. I don't get it. What she's saying is absolutely wrong, Jada. 100% wrong. She can't prove that Beyonce a witch. She can't prove that Beyonce music is devilish. She can't prove that Beyonce has a cult. She can't prove nothing she's saying. She's just coming from a hateful place, from a black woman. She just sounds like one of those black women that, Beyonce got all the success and recognition. She trying to like, how you trying to put a cap on somebody and what they do. I understand what you're saying, Jada J. She talking to the church. That means that the church is isolated, right? That means the church don't connect or even mingle or mix with the outside world because everything around you is secular. This is a secular country, right? It's a secular country. That's why they separate church and state. For someone to call out Beyonce like that, another pastor, someone that got the love of God in her heart and she preached the word, she don't even know the Bible that well. If y'all go back and listen to her shorts, she sit up there, she cherry pick the Bible, right? Because the Bible is made of many contradictions. That's why she could come back and say, oh, you talking about such and such and such? Read this part, right? The Bible is made of many contradictions, and that's okay. You believe, which is, it's all about perception and perspective, Jada J. I'm just saying, when you sit up there, you out a public national figure like that, and you a small fish, you got a lot of backlash, right? If you don't listen to Beyonce, don't listen to Beyonce. I just feel like, what does that have to do with her? I feel like, why are you scolding and ridiculing your worshipers, excuse me, not worshipers, your parishioners, your congregation, because they're going to see someone they like? Because sometimes, oh, there we go. There we go. According to biblical beliefs, I get it. The church is not supposed to mix with the world according to the Bible. It's a perspective. That's closed-minded, Jada. Would you say? You don't think that's closed-minded? Like, it could be closed-minded that, you believe in one thing, but you can't get to know other people, right? So even if I did believe in God, I still want to know about other religions. Even if I did believe in God, I still want to get to know other people, mix and mingle with other people and hear their beliefs and ideology. I don't want to be closed-minded. I don't want no one to, excuse me, the church is a building. I love Lasagna. She just come in here with her sophisticated stuff. It is a building, and I know, and I definitely, that is a great point, Lasagna. The church is a building. I can't see it from both sides, but that's the thing. I can't see it from her side, right? Because she was ridiculed and she was scorning her audience, and she sat there, she blasted them and attacked them and say, oh, you call yourself a Christian? So you mean to tell me if you do anything outside of being a Christian, What? They shun you? You're looked down upon? They judge you? So that is not the type of mindset or type of person I will want to surround myself around. In biblical times is a vineyard. I love Lasadia. I just saying that I can understand her stand and understand what others are saying. No, others are saying that, that she's right, Jada J. But I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is that for her to blast Beyonce like that, why blast Beyonce like on a platform like that? Why you are telling people to not spend their money or go to see Beyonce because you said she's a witch? Okay, I didn't watch that lady who came along my newsfeed. No, listen, her name is Tiffany Montgomery. Go just for the purposes of just saying Bronx girl talk too much. Just go to show her ideas, her ideology, and her beliefs does not go well with everyone. That's what I meant to say. According to okay, I've read that one. I can see it from both sides of churches and buildings. So okay, some of this music is wicked, and the lyrics is devil's play on a lot of music. I don't listen to no devil's music. Like I like romantic music. I like rap music. I just said I like trap music. I like R&B. I like pop. I like country. I like um what is it called? Jazz. So I don't like listen to music and say this is the devil's music because that's just not my idea of music. Okay. I didn't watch it. John 13:30. Jesus said, "You will know them as my disciples, the love they have one for another." Oh, excuse, let me read that over again, Tracy J. Jesus, oh, excuse me, John 13:35. Jesus said, "You will know them as my disciples. The love they have one for another. Love is the key." Okay. People go and spread their money how they want. Right, spend their money how they want, whether it's good or bad. That's true, right? That's true. But what's your idea of good or bad when spending money? I am a believer of God, and no one knows Beyonce's heart, so we can't judge her and call her in which we don't know. Exactly. I think Beyonce is a billionaire, right? And I think Beyonce do with her money what she is supposed to do. Someone, of course, she's a billionaire, and it's like crazy for someone to be that rich. Like her husband is a billionaire. Beyonce give back. Beyonce got a lot of things that she have done far beyond the community. Beyonce have like done a lot of things to raise awareness to people and save people lives. She may be who she is behind the scenes or whoever, but you can see which okay, yeah, you can see that she spend her money and give back, right? So I don't understand why people have a problem with this because people they was making a big thing about people her the cost of her tickets is $1,000. If you can afford Beyonce tickets, buy them if you want to go. If you can't afford them, then don't try to buy them, right? Don't try to buy them unless you have to pay it back to someone and you want to keep up your end of the bargain, right? If you ever went to church, old school church, this is what was taught: holiness or hell. I can agree to disagree with you, Bronx. I can't see the entire board on this matter. I went to church and I still didn't believe half of the things the pastor said. I'm just saying I don't agree with what she's saying. Like that, she's speaking to a certain community, Jada. She's speaking to a particular group of people, Jada. She's speaking directly to the church people, the Christian people, because she said she not speaking to me, Jada. That's the point I want you to see, Jada. She's speaking to Christians. She's speaking to the believers. She's sitting there attacking the Phil Beyonce for a day, a night, and she's telling them that they are wrong. You know what she's doing, Jada? She's judging them. That's the wrong thing to do, is judge someone. And a lot of people may not believe this, but I am non-judgmental. But it may seem like that because I get up here and talk shit. But I am not judgmental. If you have a type of lifestyle that I don't live, I don't care. If you are a woman of the night, I don't care. Be safe. Call me if you need me. If you are a person that's dealing or battling with drugs, it's not that I don't care. I'm going to help you get the help that you need. I'm not judging you because you're a drug addict. You know, I'm not going to judge you and kick you down when you at your lowest spot. Well, some people that deserve it, right? But that's just not me intentionally. That's all I was trying to say. People do worship her as if she's a god, and I can't see myself worshiping nobody's as if they are God. The Beehive folks would attack you about her. They do. Don't they do that about Roz? Don't they do that about Latrice? So we all have people that we worship, so to speak. I don't worship nobody because I have to lose interest in people really fast. All I'm saying is people said that her, I said it, a lot of people said it, that Roz has a cult like following. Latrice has a cult like following. Everybody on this content that has a cult like following, like I don't feel like I have a cult like following because I'm neutral, right? I don't even. So you mean to tell me that Roz members are like, let me just stop. Let me go. Let me go. Let me stop. All this music is a hit and miss. I still listen to 80s music. I still listen to 90s music. I listen to the music of today, right? A lot of music that I can't get with today because it's just not like my rhythm. And I'm not going to lie, I just can't get with the music. But I still listen. I still try to like have a different like outlook or try to relate. But with Jada saying, like, what did she say? I'm gonna go back. She said, if you ever went to church, old school church, this is what was taught, holiness or hell. I can agree to disagree with you. Bronx, I can see the entire board on this matter. But Jada J, you are not that old to say you went to old school church. Can you honestly say that you went to old school church? Okay. You probably younger than everybody in this chat. Even the oldies got some freaky music like Marvin Gaye. Let's get in it right. I mean, like today's Valentine's Day. You know, there are going to be people probably listening to Beyonce and making babies off whatever they do. I just don't feel like people like Tiffany Montgomery should try to make someone feel bad for doing what they love, right? She's the type of person that would be like against all things going forward. She would be the type of person to stand up and say, I rebuke gay marriage. She is the type of person that would say, I rebuke transgender. She is the type of person that will rebuke women having babies out of wedlock. Oh, Lasagna. No, Lasagna, I grew up with God, though. You know, I grew up in a choir. I grew up singing. I was an usher in a church. I used to go to different churches. Like, I don't know, in New York, you know, you go to different churches, like, because they go, if y'all know about church and you go to church, of course, you know, like, you know, when you have the anniversaries, you go sing at other churches, you go usher at other churches. We had Women's Day. You know, I used to read the Bible. I used to sleep because Lasagna brought it up so I could share a little bit who I am. I used to sleep with Psalm 23 open under my pillow, right? Have y'all ever, your family, your parents, or whomever raised you, your guardian told you if you went to church, you know, leave the Bible open to Psalms 23 and put it under your pillow? Did anybody ever was anybody ever taught that? Because Jada said that, you know, the old churches, did anybody experience that? Or my stepmother used to tell me to put my shoes one facing front and one facing back. So I'm not new to this. You know, I know a lot of things that I don't like speak on, right? It's just things that as I grew up, as I got older and I started reading I'm a little bit more intelligent, which I'm working on. Believe me, I am. I can promise you I am. Read the Bible, sing church songs. The first church song I ever sung was Sweet Jesus. Um, um, go to church and join services. And I'm gonna tell y'all my last experience in church. That's before I had Zachary. So Zachary is 7. So that was over 10 years ago when I went to church. My neighbor invited me to church. They was having you know how you have the time where you want people to join your church and everything. And I was, you know, mingling and with the congregation, mixing and mingling and saying hello to people and getting to know them. And when it was come, look at you. Just like you said, wait, how y'all gonna make me laugh? So I was trying to say something important. So when I went to when he said come join the church and this will be good for you, blah 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 blah. I didn't get up, right? And it could be, I didn't take it personal, but it could have been something. He had something on his mind. I felt like the pastor just look right through me with his judgmental eyes, like, how dare you come to my church for the last 5 days and not even join? We haven't enticed you, we haven't influenced you enough to get up and join. He didn't say that to me, but he just gave me a look and I would never forget. And he gave me that look. I never went back to the church again. Okay. No, I never went back to the church. Right? Because I didn't like the way he looked at me. I felt like he looked at me because I didn't join the church. Bronx, do you believe she's a drugs like they saying? No, I don't believe. She probably like on anxiety medication. I don't think Beyonce do any. I don't think Beyonce do any hard drugs. Here we go, Tracy. Have a good day. I'm gonna read your comments still. Uh, I'm gonna read your comments. Bronx, I don't believe you don't believe in God. I think you may have some church hurt or church trauma. I may be wrong, but you may have some resentment against God. For God, forget. Excuse me. I'm gonna read the bottom. I may be wrong, but you may have trauma, resentment against God. God, forgive God and yourself. God loves you. Right. Was you feeling convicted? You should not let him stray you from church. You don't have to join the church if it's not. And I wasn't feeling convicted. I just felt like it was fake and phony, right? I don't. I'm gonna let y'all know if I say something, it's the truth. Like if I like share my beliefs with you and my ideology with you and my personal experiences with you, like me going to that church, I would never have joined, right? That was the whole point to get me to join. I wasn't convinced to join. That was the last time I went to church 10 years ago, right? Um I I wasn't like moved by the word. Like I was singing, I was joining in. I even gave, donation because that's what you're supposed to do. But I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm not the only person that don't believe in God. There are a lot of people that don't believe in God. I don't believe in God, right? I heard Beyonce saying one day that someone asked her about God, and she said she could feel him in her spirit and in her soul. I don't feel him in my spirit or in my soul. Right? I just don't want to get into the conversation about why I don't believe in God because I that I do believe there is a higher power, a higher being, and that's not God, right? I do sense there is somebody that's like probably surrounded by me, but I don't think that's God, right? I probably believe in angels before I believe in God, and I don't think God directed angels, right? That's all I'm saying, but I don't believe in angels. So let me see. I know I'm young Bronx, but I know things. You can almost be my mom. You said that before. Like you said you was like in your 20s, right? Yeah, I remember you saying that. I know very religious people that believe this way and they really live what they talk about. Then I see other people that talk about God and hateful and crazy. I can see everyone's view. But if you believe, but that's what I'm saying. So, have y'all ever drunk bubble tea? That's what I'm drinking right now. Bubble tea, honeydew flavor with tapioca pearls. It's a Hawaiian classic. It's really nice. If you ever get that, it's expensive, $4 a can. I probably buy it once a year. But what I'm saying is, and if you just listen to me for a second before I end, because it's 57 minutes. If someone say they don't believe in God, you should just take it for what it is. Like they can't be persuaded, they can't be easily influenced because I would never like question why you believe in God, right? Religion is fake. I believe in God, not religion. See, I don't follow religion either. Never drink bubble tea is good. It's like see what I'm when I'm don't want to eat too much. I'll drink this and I'm going to drink it throughout the day because I don't want to eat during the day. Like I'm going to be moving and I'm just that'll be my a meal. If it tastes, it's like you could drink it and it fill you up for the day. Purpose driven. So this is my first time drinking it. If you decide to drink it, let me know how it turned out. So religion and that okay. Before I end, and I want everyone just to have just a little bit clarity of who I am and not even clarity, a bit more understanding of who I am. So when people say that, you have to answer to God for your sins, I say, well, I don't believe in God, so I'm not sinning. Um, a judgment is a sin, like So if before I end, let me ask y'all this question. So people like Tiffany Montgomery, who own mega churches, who collects millions of dollars into her church, right? That could be up there so arrogant, so keeping her lights on, that's keeping her above ground, that's keeping her rent paid, and she's telling them what to do with their money. And when they decide to do something with their money, right, the way they choose to do with their money, she scorned them. That's absolutely ludicrous. I know, Jada, you said that before. You have never like said anything about me, because you're a younger one, and the older ones, I'm not even trying to be funny, they'll question like, you don't believe in God? What do you mean you don't believe in God? If you don't believe in God, you're the devil. And if you're the devil, I don't want to associate myself with you. I can't be friends with nobody that don't believe in God. And they go out and be a $2 hoe. My daughter loves bubble tea. I just started drinking it. The guy told me his daughter liked it. He's like, "What's up with this bubble tea?" And I'm like, "Is it good?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Try it." And then I bought it. I said, "How old is your daughter?" He was like, 9. How old is your daughter, Cheryl? And his daughter was 9, drinking bubble tea. But it's a big kid, 16 ounce. So I could pour like a half of. I'm not letting Zachary drink it because they said don't let kids drink it. But that's what it said. So let me see. I believe in God and pray for those who don't. I won't argue about religion because that God don't need me to fight his battle. He fights mine. Amen. Purpose, right. But I'm just saying, when purpose driven. So when you take time to pray for someone that don't believe in God, right? Right? That's somebody that you should not pray for at all. That don't believe in God because they don't believe. You're not gonna like, your prayers is not going to get through to them to believe in God, right? But do you take the time to pray for the people that really need prayers, like a large amount of prayers? Do you like pray for mothers that lost their children at the hands of violence? Like, do you pray for people that can't eat on a daily basis? Do you pray for people that's suffering in sickness and in health? Do you pray for people that live paycheck to paycheck? I love y'all so much. Y'all make me so happy. I swear. Y'all don't know how much. Y'all don't know how much I really love y'all. Like the ones that come in, we have a conversation and an open discussion. Okay, look at Coco. I'm leaving because I already know why she laughing. I pray for the world when I pray. That's everyone, no exceptions. No, I know purpose driven, but I want you to do me a favor, purpose driven. Right. You. I can't speak of religion, I'm speaking of Baptist, Catholic, and etc. No, but I understand like religion is dirty, Lasagna. You have every right not to be a religious person. It's dirty. Most people will be like, I'm a spiritual person, I believe in God, but I'm not a church person because the hypocrisy in the church, and that's all well fine and dandy. But I want purpose driven. The next time I go live, probably Friday, because I gotta go. I want you to pray, for the people that need it the most. Like in particular, like, have you ever seen those little kids on St. Jude? They so cute and they just giving their testimony. I want you to pray for children like that. I want you to pray that children get a great education and they don't have to rely on their parents and they don't have to suffer because our children are the future, right? They're the next generation. They're the one who's going to make a difference now more so than ever in this world. My older children, they time expired. Zachary they're the children of the future. Okay? I prefer a relationship with God over religion. I'm just saying, pray for those type of people. You don't have to. If you pray for me, you pray for me. I appreciate it. Like most times, people pray for other people. You're supposed to feel that. So if someone say, "Yo, Bronx girl, Leela, I'm going to pray for you," I don't feel it. I felt it once when someone prayed for me, probably more than once. I'm going to pray for everyone that believes. I'm going to pray for everyone, the believers and the non-believers, the different religion and all. But that's not even possible for you to pray for everybody. I want you to pray for one particular person, like someone that you don't like, right? I want you to sit down and pray for one person in particular you don't like on YouTube, someone that you are repulsed by, that find like real downright low down, dirty, right? I want you to pray for that person for at least 2 days and tell me if prayer worked. Am I wrong for that? I'm not saying I don't believe in prayer. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe when people come together and they pray, prayer works. And I don't even think you have to include God in praying, right? Do you? Can you say a prayer without praying to God? And I'm not trying to be funny. Like, is a prayer only consist of God? Do God only answer prayers? And that's where I need clarity on. And that's it. I don't have nothing against people believing in God. I respect you that you do have a belief and you do have an ideology. It's just that Tiffany Montgomery, she just shows that it's not safe to even have a belief or ideology, right? So now she getting backlash and she's suffering the consequences of that backlash, and she deserve it. She should have thought about going against a big baller like Beyonce. Like, she don't even have that clout yet, but she said people's looking for clout. There, she got the clout. That's a hypocrite. You talking about people uh, going to Beyonce concerts or whatever? Do she have a mega church? I believe she do have a mega church. Yeah, like the crowd sound like she had a mega church. Let me see what's going on 105. Let me see, because I'll let you know if she have a mega church or not. But I believe she do have a mega church, right? So that they will call her a prosperity pastor. Is that what they call it? Is that what they would call her, a prosperity pastor? She says she's not a pastor. She's a prophetess. So I don't know. Let me see, what does Tiffany do for a living? Okay, Tiffany Montgomery is the founder and CEO of the Millions Conference, a powerful event for entrepreneurs who learn how to influence millions, make millions, and win millions to Christ through the power. This this is a gimmick, okay? This is a gimmick. How are you the CEO? Right? She is not a pastor, she's a prophet. What is a prophet? No, she says she's a prophetess. Okay, I'll read it again. Purpose driven. I take it from the top. People ask, what does Tiffany Montgomery do for a living? And I'm going to read as it states. Tiffany Montgomery is the founder and CEO of the Millions Conference, a powerful event for entrepreneurs who learn how to influence millions and make millions and win millions to Christ through the power of entrepreneurship. Exactly, purpose driven. I'm about to go because purpose driven, you just always got to end the show with your remarks. Thank you for closing out the show for with your remarks. I think prayer should be a secret. I think so too, Lasagna. I believe in that so much. Like, when we all like sit back and relax and just close our eyes and go into thought, that's a prayer. And I feel like that's the best way prayer work, is in secret and not saying like I'm going to pray. No, you just messed up the prayer. Sounds like she wants prophets. She do. She is a mega pastor. She is a prosperity pastor. You see how she dressed? She really petite too. She have her makeup on and her lipstick on. Why isn't she a heathen or a witch and she wear all that makeup? Why isn't she a heathen or excuse me, or a witch and she wear all these dresses and shit? You see what I'm saying, guys? You should pray to God. Okay, Lasagna, now no. I just wanted to know how prayer works, because when I used to pray, I used to pray to God, but I would like to know if prayer works without like including God in it. But now I know. And oh yeah, that was her sermon. Like, she gave a sermon. If y'all want to go listen to it again, go listen to it. She's a nice. I'm not saying that she's not a nice woman, but she don't look like a nice woman. She look like she a Karen that she would call the manager because the barista didn't move fast enough with her coffee. She not even supposed to be drinking coffee. She the type of person that goes send her assistant into Starbucks and say, go get me a coffee with 4 sugars. No, 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 no. Make that 10 sugars, and a medium coffee, and put some cold foam in it and some sweet vanilla and everything I need. And then she go into church and she say this stupid shit. To answer your prayers, to answer your question, you should include God in your prayers. Okay, I get that gist of it, and I understand now because a lot of people, I never knew that. I never asked nobody that. Like, should God be included in your prayers? She is a church Karen. Thank you, church purpose driven. I gotta go because purpose driven. She come in here and she give her take and she lighten up the live. And Coco Love, thank you, and Lasagna, thank you, Jada J, thank everyone for listening who stayed with me for this portion of the show. It's getting late. I do have to go. Hey Sherilyn, thank you for coming. Tracy J, you definitely made. I hope you have a good day. Boss lady in the building. A true Leo is in the building. Thank you, ladies, for coming by and just dropping by listening. I have something else we could talk about. We don't have to just be stuck at one. Um, Thank you, purpose driven. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. You are funny. She a church Karen. I'm gonna use that one. I'm gonna someone that I know. You nothing but a church Karen. You should see her pictures. She's sitting up there with her mouth all open, her big ass earrings on. She looked just like a hood chick. Okay, that's where they come from. She no different from Candace Owens. Okay, let that sink in. So everyone, thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. Thank you for listening. All I just love you for listening. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye, Lasagna and Coco Love and Purpose Driven. Church Karen. I want to use that one. Watch. I'm gonna use that one and keep it in the vault for someone that least expected. Bye, y'all.